dome on your stadium and you live and your team is in a cold weather location, you too can have a Super Bowl, Minnesota, Detroit. So, I mean, they do it all for money, but it's not great. It's much better for optics and better for football fans if you have a partisan conference championship game. It's better for the league, opportunistic as usual, taking a tragedy and then kind of weaseling their way in there for a money-making opportunity. I'd expect nothing less. I'm not saying you're doing that. That's what the league's doing.
I didn't like how it came about, but the idea of it intrigues me. Is this where this is going? So it's not happening this year, but is this where this is still going to go as into a neutral site for conference title games?
Well, over 10 years ago, Roger Goodell stood up in front of owners and said, we're going to hit a $25 billion a year revenue mark. I mean, it was basically a promise that he made to owners. And all the owners were like, okay, great. How are we going to get there? Because it's straight up growth is not going to be enough. We have to find ancillary revenue streams. So what do? You embrace gambling, right? All of a sudden, that's another revenue stream. You embrace new television contracts. You embrace over the top contracts, meaning like streaming, other ways to proliferate your game. You embrace more overseas games so that you can cut television contracts in the EU. And then there's this. You take one Super Bowl and you turn it into 3. You take one 10-point event and you turn it into 3. That's basically what they're doing is they're sitting there. And I think that's absolutely what that release was about. I think they were floating a balloon. Hey, look at how well tickets sold. I don't know if it was to take the temperature and see what it looked like, or if it was just to start to get people used to the idea of this potentially happening. Just like what? At some point they were like, someday we might play 18 games. And then eventually we got to 17.
Right. Oh, I hated that.
Still think we're going to get
number.
Still think we're going to get to 18 someday.
Right.
And, so I think this is how they like to introduce things. I'm with Michael Holley. I steadfastly disagree with this because I think that you are now playing with the fabric of the game in your own history. When you look back, the traveling roadshow of the draft, sure, it's entertaining, but the draft is an award. Okay. And that's an award that nobody really has to compete for. It's not like the Olympics. They don't take bids from a bunch of cities and whoever decides they're going to roll it out best, that's ultimately where they go.
This is the reward for being the number one seed. Yeah,
absolutely.
You earned it. No doubt.
100%.
Speaking of contracts, speaking of revenue, before we let you go, I want to ask you about Joe Burrow. Is this contract forthcoming? Is it going to be fully guaranteed, percentage of the cap, obviously highest paid players? Like what records and what traditions or whatever is Joe Burrow's contract, eventual contract with the Bengals, going to shatter?
I think that Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson, I think everyone now is going to aim to shoot for that fully guaranteed deal, whether it's a 4-year deal, a 5-year deal, however they work this out at this stage. I will just tell you this. I don't know for a fact that the numbers that I've seen out there with Lamar Jackson, this idea of $130 million, $133 million in guarantees, $160 million in guarantees, that's sort of a slap in the face, if you ask me, compared to some of the other guarantees that have been put out there for quarterbacks. I think even more so than I think the problem right now that these quarterbacks have is that Joe Burrow plays for who? Mike Brown. Okay. Michael Bidwell was dealing with Kyler Murray. We've yet to hit an owner who's basically willing to open the pocketbook and not behind the 8 ball financially. So, I'll just tell you this, the Burrow deal, if he wants to hold out for the fully guaranteed deal, I absolutely think he could do that. Or he could go the Mahomes route and say, you know what, I'll sign a 10-year, $600 million deal and we'll figure out how to build the team around me. It'll be interesting to see how this goes. I know everybody's hoping that he holds out for the Deshaun Watson deal.
You like him? You like them over Kansas City on Sunday?
Ooh, there's a reason why these betting odds are so close and that there's no clear favorite, because legitimately this is the first time in a long time you could take any one of these 4 teams and choose them.
Hey, Charles, we will see you tomorrow. You and Michael Holley holding it down, fam.
Yeah,
Holly,
I'll answer it tomorrow. Ask me tomorrow.
I love that. Good tease. Hey, thank you for watching Brother from Another. If you haven't hit that subscribe button, go ahead and do that now. Don't forget you can catch us 3 to 4 weekdays on PeacockTV.com and on Sirius XM Channel 85.